All right, guys, so I have just wiped down the kitchen. What you want to do, and I would say no matter what kind of clean that you're doing in a kitchen or in a bathroom, you want to take everything off of the counters. I just put it on the floor or in the hallway. I'll usually take it off, and if I'm in someone else's home, I'll put it in the same order on the floor that I took it from the countertop, so that generally speaking, it will all go back into the same spot, and you won't have to rearrange your kitchen once I've been at your house. So, because we're doing deep cleaning, and this is video number 5, we're talking about wiping down the kitchen. In video number 4, we talked about appliances like the refrigerator and the oven. Finished my oven, yes. I was motivated because I basically said I wasn't going to do it, and then I thought, wait a minute, that's not like me. I've got to practice what I preach. So I wanted to point out a few little things. When you are cleaning a kitchen, don't forget to get things like the ledges, the tops, and the sides of the ledge. And depending on what kind of walls you have, I always like to try to wipe down the walls, or if you have tile or any kind of a backsplash, that makes a huge difference. Now, I live in an old apartment, and this wall is super absorbent, and it happens to be the wall that I do a lot of juicing on, so you can see like all of this juice that has just, it's beet juice, and it's just stained the wall. There's nothing I can do about it, except for painting, of course, but it's not going to be perfect if you know, eventually homes with wear and tear and all of that, so don't beat yourself up. If you keep scrubbing and something isn't coming off, just move on. Don't forget to work from top to bottom. So if you are doing a huge deep clean and you're doing your cabinet faces, wipe those down first. If you're doing stuff, decor or anything that may be above the cabinets, don't forget to dust that before you work your way down to the countertops. It seems intuitive, but a lot of people will jump right into the countertop because that's what you see and that's what you notice first. And then when they go back up to do things like the cabinet or the decor up top, they find that the countertops get dirty again. So do that, and then work your way, after you do the countertops, work your way down to the base cabinet faces and drawer faces before you do the floors. So I just use a multi-purpose cleaner. And then the last thing I wanted to point out is when I put everything back, I'm going to be wiping it down, whether it's a bottle of olive oil, the salt and pepper shakers, this cookbook, whatever it is, I'm going to be wiping it down in some way, or in the very least dusting it. And the reason for that is because if you put all of the things that have just collected a bunch of dust over the last week or however long it's been since it's been cleaned, if you put it back without wiping it down, it's either going to make your counter look dirty, it's going to spread dust, or it's going to make the work that you've just done look like you haven't done as much, because having a really clean, shiny appliance on the counter makes a big difference when you're looking at it as a whole. So if you incorporate it into your normal routine, it won't take very long. And I have 2 ways of doing it. I'll either spray the appliance if I'm wiping off something big, or I will spray a rag and make it damp and then wipe it off with a damp rag, depending on what it is. Like, I have a bunch of these little bottles here, so as I am wiping them down, I'm just going to go through and like wipe the dust off, you know, kind of like that, and maybe wipe the cap, and that's going to make a huge difference. See how the 2 bottles looks a lot better whenever it's all wiped down. There's a shine to it. So that's my kitchen tips. Don't forget to get your fixtures. If you're doing a deep clean, dust it and then get on a ladder or a stool or something and wipe it off. Because in a kitchen, a lot of times these fixtures will get grease and debris stuck on, more so than in other rooms. So there you have it. I will meet you in our next video in the bathroom.